Hello students, welcome to Homeschool with School Teacher English online class. And this lesson has been taken from grade 6 Oxford Modern English book, and lesson is Robinson Crusoe. You can find in your books on page number 28. And you can find this lesson's complete reading and words meaning in the previous video I already did for you. So in this video you will find solved answers and grammar exercises. Let's start with question answers. Question number 1. Who was Daniel Defoe? Daniel Defoe was famous writer, merchant, journalist and spy, as well as novelist and poet. He was born in 1660. Defoe worked at a number of trades before starting to write at the age of 40. What happened about 2 weeks after Robinson Crusoe started his voyage? He clambered into a boat with 3 others and rowed towards the shore. A gigantic wave sank the boat, and he was the only one who managed to swim ashore. What did Robinson Crusoe take from the ship? In your opinion, which items would have proved most useful? Robinson Crusoe swam back to the ship to get some things. He took bread, rice, cheese, tools, wood, rope, nails, sails and clothes, guns and ammunition, and sugar and flour. Students, you can think which items would have proved most useful and why. How did Robinson Crusoe discover he lived on an island? Robinson Crusoe discovered that he was on an island when he walked up a little hill and looked around. From there he could see that he was on an island. Question number 5. What was some of the tasks Robinson Crusoe did on the island? Some tasks that Robinson Crusoe did on the island were building a house with a strong stockade around it, exploring, making a boat, learning to make pots, growing corn, rice and wheat, and making bread. What are some of the things he found on the island? Some things he found on the island were wild grapes and limes, wild animals and goats, water and clay. Okay, there are some more questions. These questions are more difficult to answer, so you can discuss them with your peers. What do you think happened to the others in the boat? Yes, what happened? Perhaps some escaped somehow, others will have drowned. Question number 8. Robinson Crusoe did not take the gold coins. Do you think that these would have come in useful? Robinson Crusoe did not want the gold coins because he had no use for them on the island. Okay, students, here is reference to context, and here one line is taken from your lesson, and you have to give answers of the questions. I lay down and slept again. The sun was high in the sky when I woke up. Where and when had Robinson Crusoe slept before? Robinson Crusoe had slept between the 2 branches of a tree the night before, after he had been shipwrecked. Where was he? Asleep now. He went to sleep again beside a river after he had drunk some water the following morning. What did he decide to do on waking up? He decided to return to the ship to try and bring back some things which could be useful to him on the island. Okay, here is another line. The next morning, I walked along the shore and up a little hill. So, this line is spoken by Crusoe. What had he done the previous morning? On the previous morning, Robinson Crusoe had collected many things from the wrecked ship, piled them on to a raft, and brought them back to the island. What important fact did Crusoe discover when he got to the top of the hill? He discovered that he was on the island alone, save for wild animals. What did he feel when he found out this fact? He felt lonely, without a friend in the world, and like a prisoner. It was an island, and he had no means of getting away. So, in exercise B, working with words, you have to complete the following in your own words. Each sentence should not be about Robinson Crusoe on the island, but about something different. Okay, let's start. Every day I brought items to take on my journey. One day I set out to explore the streets of the old city. I collected a quantity of berries from the garden. I picked up the strong walking stick that my father had once used. I grew a number of crops because the ground was so fertile and there was a good supply of water. Suddenly, I saw the ship turn on its side and sink. Okay, students, in B section there is another exercise, exercise number 2, and here you have to write the meanings of these difficult words. Hurricane, a storm with a violent wind of 75 kilometers per hour. Tornado, a violent storm in a small area with a circular motion which often has a funnel shaped cloud. Stockade, an enclosure or barrier of stakes and timbers. Fort, a fortified enclosure, building, or position able to be defended against an enemy. Mast, a vertical spar for supporting sails, rigging, flag, flags above the deck of a vessel. Pole, long, slender, usually round piece of wood, metal, or other material. Island, a mass of land that is surrounded by water and is smaller than a continent. Islet, a small island is called islet. Resolved, determined, firmly, solved. Found the explanation or solution to a problem. Pistol, a short barreled handgun. Rifle, a firearm having a long barrel with a sparely grooved interior which imparts to the bullet spinning motion and thus greater accuracy over a longer range. Okay, students, in section C, learning about language, you have to write the comparative and superlative degrees of these adverbs. Quickly, more quickly, most quickly. Fortunately, more fortunately, most fortunately. Hastily, more hastily, most hastily. Pleasantly, more pleasantly, most pleasantly. And you have to try these one also. Hard, harder, hardest. High, higher, highest. Early, earlier, earliest. Late, later, latest, and last. Okay, you have to complete these sentences by using adverbs. He drove hastily to the station because he was already late. She made a cake early this morning. He speaks English fluently. They regularly come to see us at the weekend. We rarely see them during the week. So, hastily, early, fluently, regularly, and rarely are adverbs. Dear students, subscribe to this channel for your study solution.